Hi, this is Ray, Chubby Ray Comics. I don't buy single issues. I buy trade paperbacks and omnibus. And today I want to talk about the last 7 comics I read. I originally did the last 10, but you guys spoke to me and said, "Hey, that's too many. We gotta cut it down." So I'm going last 7 comics. Hashtag last 7 comics. And I do this hoping that some of you will also tell me your last 7 comics. I'd love to get this started. All right, what I want to do is have us just tell everybody what the last 7 comics we read were. Last 7 comics you read. I understand that 10 was too much. I know I read a lot. I understand 10 is too much, but I think 7, I was thinking either 5 or 7, and 7 feels nice. All right, so let's try 7. Hashtag last 7 comics. Here we go, comics that I've read this week. Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. This is actually pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good, and it's going somewhere. It's starting a story. The story had legs, and I'm interested in seeing where it's going. So Uncanny X-Men. This is the post-Krakoa era. Is good. Uncanny X-Force. No. Nah, except for there's a scene with Deadpool where Forge makes Deadpool do something that's actually pretty good. But the rest of the book is just, it drags. I kept falling asleep reading it. I'm serious. It was I didn't think it was good at all. I just didn't think it was very good. So that's what I say about X-Force. Spectacular Spider-Man. I think I'm going to stop. I got the first 2 trade paperbacks of this, but I think I'm going to stop. This is just, the villain was Arcade. Let me just say, the villain was Arcade. If you know who Arcade is, then you know this was a boring story. Fantastic Four trade paperback 1, the Ryan North run. This is fun. This is a fun book. I like this a lot. It was like individual. It was individual Ben and Alicia story. Then it was an individual Ben and Reed story. Then it was individual Johnny. Then they finally got together at the end. I liked this a lot. Fantastic Four trade paperback 1 was good. Guardians of the Galaxy. Brian Michael Bendis. Guardians of the Galaxy. This is trade paperback 1. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. I've read this before, but it's been a long time since reading it, and I really, really enjoyed it the second time around. I liked it a lot. The beginning's got the origin of Peter Quill, which I thought was very good, and then it gets into the Guardians of the Galaxy with Iron Man, which is pretty cool, just seeing Iron Man with him. In fact, I thought the movie, if the Avengers movie would have ended with Iron Man being stuck in space, he could have ended up in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and I think that would have been awesome. But I really liked this book. It was fun, and it goes on to give the origins of other characters at the end. But Guardians of the Galaxy, good. Legion of Superheroes, The Choice. This is from the Paul Levitz run, which was in about 2000. I think it was around 2010 or so when he did this. But this was a fun book. It's a story of the Legion they're forced to have Earthmen on the team. Earthman is an interesting character. If you've ever read Superman and the Legion of Superheroes, then you know who Earthman is. He was the big villain in that. And then they forced the Legion to add Earthman to the team. And I just thought this book was great. It was really well done. A good story. Paul Levitz, one of my favorite all-time authors. I really enjoyed Legion of Superheroes, The Choice. That was trade paperback 1 of the last Legion run. And then my book number 7, an omnibus, Justice League, The Darkseid War Saga. Oh my God, this was so good. I've read this before in regular books, but to get it oversized, it makes the Jason Fabok art so good. It looked amazing. The story was good. It's Jeff Johns, so you know it's good. And the main part of this story is Batman in the Mobius chair, which is, I think that's the coolest aspect of this entire book, was Batman floating in that chair. If you've never read this, if you've never read the Darkseid War Saga, I highly, highly recommend it. It's a good book. A good book. Justice League Darkseid War Saga is great. Lots of twists, lots of turns. It's Darkseid versus the Anti-Monitor, and it's a great Justice League story. Highly recommended. And just to see Batman floating in that chair is cool as hell. Anyway, those are my last 7 that I read. Hashtag last 7 books. I want to hear yours. Share it with me. Go ahead. Hashtag last 7 books or last 7 comics. How about that? Hashtag last 7 comics. Share your last 7 with all of us. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.